How's it going, everyone? Adrian from theproductionround here, and today I'll be sharing 10 of the best tips and tricks for FL Studio with you, so stay tuned. Right, starting with tip number 1, we have the Save New Version feature, which can be found very easily going under the File option. You just click Save New Version over here, or you can access it using your keyboard by pressing Ctrl+N on Windows or Command+N if you're using a Mac operating system. To explain this really quick, what this feature does, so at the moment I have this project over here, which I'm working on, but let's say I'm gonna take a break and I'll come back to it another day, let's say tomorrow. So the first thing I'll do tomorrow is just press over here a Save New Version, and I can start working on the project right away without fearing that I'm gonna lose the previous version of the project, because maybe let's say you're not happy with the new thing you've done on your project and you like to go back to the old project. You can just find it really easily in the folder where your project is saved. So over here I have already 3 versions of it. This was the initial idea, something I've changed, and you can always come back to the main idea that you've created in the first place. For tip number 2, we have the hint panel located just on the top left corner over here. You can see whenever you're hovering your mouse over a control section, you can see over here, you can see actually quick shortcuts. You can also see the name of it here, of the name of the control. And it also works whenever you're hovering your mouse over any kind of samples, automation clips, track racks, everything. It's actually a really useful tool if you are just starting with FL Studio. For tip number 3, we have the Oscilloscope or Spectrogram features located just over here near your timer. So by default, FL Studio comes with the Oscilloscope selected. What does this do is whenever you're playing a track, it shows you the waveform of the track. I can show you right now. I can play this quickly for you. Note how you can see the waveform just over there. You can see the completely waveform of the track. But what you can do also by selecting Spectrogram, you can actually see the full spectrum of frequencies that your track is currently taking. I'll quickly show you a demonstration. You can see the waveform just over there. Coming in at number 4, we have the time counter option, situated just on top next to the oscillator and spectrogram feature. I think the time counter is pretty much self-explanatory what it does. So what I like about it is that it actually comes with 2 options. You can either choose to see the bars for the bar counter for your track, or you can go the classic way, the minute counter. For number 5, we have the split by channel option. What does this option do? It's really easy. I'll show you really quick. So at the moment I have these different piano sounds grouped together. So I'll just play it for you really quick. We have these chord progressions. Something really basic. What I'll do now, I'll just go over here over the pattern options, and I'll just click split by channel. Right now you'll see all of the pianos grouped together have been separated into their own pattern, and all different various sounds that once were together now have been separated. Tip number 6 includes the quick function buttons. For example, the F5, which opens the playlist. As you can see, we open the playlist by pressing F5. F6 opening the channel rack. F7 with the piano roll. F8 opening the browser, and F9 opening the mixer. For tip number 7, we have the automation clips. A quick way to make automation clips, for example for samples, you can just right click over the control you'd like to automate, either the pitch or volume. You just right click, create automation clip, and you can see the automation clip just shows up over there. But if you're using third-party plugins, for example, let's say I'm gonna take a silent one. Small flex here, as you can see. I'm just joking. Right, so to automate, for example, let's say the cutoff. This is just the basic. If you want to automate the cutoff, let's just say we take it all the way down, then you just go to tools, last tweaked, and create automation clip. That way you can create the automation clip for the filter, for the silent one, and for any other third party plugins that don't really allow you to create an automation clip just by right clicking on the control inside them. For tip number 8, we have a pretty cool one actually. It's the computer keyboard MIDI tip. Let's say you don't have a MIDI keyboard, but you'd still like to mess around in the piano roll, try and come up with some new melodies. Well, you can actually do that. Just open any plugin. I will choose this piano, and as you can see, I will start playing from my computer keyboard. Just to quickly tell you, so Z stands for C4, then you can go Z, X, C, V, B, and M. This represent C, D, E, F, G, and A, B, whatever. And if you want to go an octave up, you can actually do that. Q stands for C5, and in the same case with Z, you can just go Q, W, E, R, and so on. So just to mess around a bit, I'll show you a bit. So yeah, you can actually do chord progressions without having a MIDI keyboard. Coming in at number 9, we have the zip loop package feature. To really put this easy for you, let's say you're trying to work on a collab with another FL Studio user, but all the time you're trying to export the files, the project. For some reason, some files might go missing. Maybe it takes too long for you to export everything and save everything. Well, what this function does, if you go to over to File, Export, there you have it, the zip loop package. So what it does, literally saves the project as it is, plus it exports all the samples separately, so the other user can access the project and the samples with no problem. It also doesn't take a lot of time. You can literally save a big project in less than 10 minutes, so definitely one of the best tips and one of the best features there is on FL Studio. And finally, for tip number 10, we have the add folders option. So to put this really easy for you, let's just say you've bought a new sample pack, you are so happy, you are feeling so inspired about it, but you don't know how to add it to the browser section just over here on the left side. So a quick way to do that, you just go to Options, File Settings, and just over here you can see the folder options. You just click on this folder over here and you can load all of your sample packs, maybe some new presets packs. Really easy function and definitely really useful. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed these tips and tricks, and I hope you've learned something new today. But it's not over yet. Just to celebrate the first video release on this channel, I've prepared a couple of bonus tips for you as well. Starting with the first one, converting audio to MIDI. In FL Studio it's really easy to do that. So just over here I have this bass sample, sounds like this. Right, so now I'm gonna try and convert this audio file into a MIDI file. Easiest way to do it, and that I know of, I don't know if there are any other ways. You have to insert plugin first, let's say True Pianos. Yeah, this might be good. Perfect. You want to double click on the sample, then again you have to go back to your channel rack, go back to your piano, make sure the plugin you want the MIDI to be sent to is highlighted. Then you go back to the sample, right click it, edit in audio editor. Over here right click again, you go to tools, and just over here convert to score and dump to piano roll. Now just keep in mind, it's not a really great way to do it. I mean, don't expect really high quality results. You'll see in a second when I'll play when I'll play the MIDI sound. So this is how the sample sounds. And this is the sound we got by trying to convert it into a MIDI file. I mean, the chord progression, the bass progression, it's good, it got it right, but the rhythm is not the right one. If you want to use it for different things, it will be up to you, but I consider it a cool tip. And for the second bonus tip, and actually I can't really stress out this enough, I'm going to be talking about saving your projects. Yes, so if you're an advanced producer, I shouldn't really be telling you this, but if you're at the beginning, you must save your work. Every now and then you must save your projects, because you don't want to spend a couple of hours inside the project, maybe days, and at some point your DAW just crashes and you've lost literally all your work. In FL Studio, actually, to create a backup is really easy. You just go to options, file settings, and just here on top you have the backup option. I definitely recommend to go with frequently, which saves your project every 5 minutes and before every risky operation. Very cool feature, and definitely one of the most useful ones. I think that sums it up. This was my top 10 best tips and tricks for FL Studio that I use and that I think you should start using too, because they are very good. Some of them are time saving, some of them can teach you some new things, and I hope I'll see you into the next video, guys. Thanks for tuning in.